Front Row Promotions. How are you? And tonight I have with me is Candy Burton and Sam Spade from the Midnight Devils. Sam, welcome to the show.
What's up? How are you guys doing? It's great to be back again so soon. Really my pleasure. Always a joy talking to you guys. So thank you for having me back.
It's great to have you. Awesome. Yes, let's throw some love out there. Yes.
So, Sam, I'm going to start this one off, okay? You guys have had so much success lately. You know, you've been on tour nonstop. You just released the album a couple months ago. It came out on July 1st. I think a celebratory shot is in order, and I can't do it without, my Midnight Devil shot glass. So, Sam, listen, congratulations. Keep on plugging away. We're so proud of you.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the help as well.
Anytime. So, yeah, let's start out with the album. Tell us about the making of it. Tell us about the producer. Tell us about everything that went into this album.
Sure. The story on this album really goes back to 2020. We had put out our first record came out, Something Bigger came out in 2018. We toiled around the Midwest. We did some headlining tours, some really punk rock, like underground basement shows, churches, real hardcore touring. And in 2020, we landed the tour of our dreams, which was opening for the Choir Boys, a month long tour across the United States. And we took the tour. We're like, this is it. We're making our dreams. We're touring with our heroes. And halfway through the tour, as well as everybody knows, we were down in New Orleans. It was March 15th, like 2 days for my birthday. And the coronavirus hits and strikes the world completely dead. Yeah. And we're like, we had planned on really writing this record on the road in hotels. We had tour plans all throughout the year. And everybody got sent home. Everybody went back home packing. We thought, well, we'll be out in a couple weeks. We'll be back out. There's no way this thing can keep us down. And, much like the rest of the world, it was uncertain as to what to do. Everything was closed. People were going crazy. And we kind of took that as a sign that this was our time to sit down and sit in a basement in Nebraska and write this record. So Sniper and I got together and we had a bunch of songs that we've been working on. We collaborated, built these songs up, these 10 songs, and went into a studio in Omaha, recorded all the demos with a session drummer, and then shipped all the tracks off to Chicago. Earlier in the year, Chip Enough, producer to the stars, frontman of Enough's Enough, the mayor of Glamtown, like the coolest dude I know. He's like, I'm producing your record this time, bro. It's going to be fantastic. I'm like, all right, perfect. So we got the producer. We got, this booking agent. We're lining up great. And Chip and the booking agent hooked us up with Mark and Tim at Pavement Entertainment. So going into 2021, we had not only a producer, but a booking agent and a record label, but no tours, right? Nobody was touring. Nobody was doing shows. We're like, okay, the timing's still perfect. So Sniper and I picked up and drove all the way out to Chicago. We rehearsed the songs a little bit with Jimmy Mess, and then we went to Chip's house, and it was really just as easy as we walked in. He's like, play me the songs, bro. I played him the songs, and he goes, I love them. Let's start recording tomorrow. And we laid down all the drum tracks, that night, and started working on this record with no idea of what was to come, what was to happen. We didn't know if the songs were any good. We knew Chip dug them, but that was about all. So we he goes, 10 songs. I need a single for the label. The label wants a cover song as your first single, and so we didn't know what to pick. And I guess the story goes, as Sniper corrected me and told me, story goes, we were driving around Chicago. We were about to stop at this hot dog stand in Chicago, and Sniper's like, what if we do Turn Me Loose by Loverboy? We'd been on this big Loverboy kick. And I'm like, you know what? I love that song. Great song.
It's a good song, yeah.
Yep.
And then it was like, what if we did Working for the Weekend? And it was like the light bulb flicked. I'm like, that's the one. We got to do Working for the Weekend. And we brought it into Chip, or we learned all the parts like that night in Jimmy's little, his like loft apartment. We learned all the parts, went in that night, the next day, and Chip's like, I love it. It's brilliant. Let's cut it. So we cut all the tracks. We went back a couple more times, did like our vocal overdubs, did our guitar solo overdubs. Donnie V showed up one night while I was doing the tracking for Highway 69 and knock on the door as Donnie V. And I'm just completely blown away. Don't know what to say. I'm freaking out, starstruck. I got half of the original lineup, Enough's Enough, just sitting there listening to us cut the Highway 69 tracks. And I was like, this is brilliant. So we had the record, but we didn't have a name. We had some working titles. And we were hanging with Chip, and Chip's talking to us, and he's telling us stuff. And Sniper's laying on about he broke up with his girlfriend or something like that. And there was trouble in the water. We were having trouble, but we were talking to Chip. Chip's great at advice. The guy's been through everything, got sold 1 million records, toured all over the world. He is like the rock star in my eyes. He's like, you know what, bro? And he takes this big drag off this like joint that's like this long. It's like this long, but it leans to the left, right? He's like, you know what, bro? What you got to do, you got to tell her, you got a record coming out on a major label. You got a world tour in the works. You never beg for it. Tell her you'll catch her the next time. And I was like, that's the name of the album right there. Never beg for it. I love it.
I love that.
Perfect. And it works on so many different levels of anything, of life. And that was how the album title came out. And Chip's guy, like that mix and masters all his stuff, is this guy by the name of Chris Steinmetz in Chicago at a place called Stonecutter Studio.
Oh yeah.
And he is the guy that engineered Kiss's Revenge record. So I'm just like, are you kidding me? We listened to Revenge over and over and going like, this is what our album's going to sound like. If it sounds half as good as Kiss Revenge, we're going to be on the right track. And like we went into this big studio, it smells of incense is burning and there's guys smoking joints and all these cool guitars and dim lighting. And we just like mixed and mastered the record, hung out with Chip. It was just like the coolest experience, all kind of while we were on lockdown, just building up to what would be this release and be this year's tour. So it was a cool experience, and a lot of love and patience went into it.
Absolutely. That's a cool story.
That is pretty cool. I love that.
Wow. Now you mentioned, Working for the Weekend. That was the cover that you guys did by Loverboy. I think we have something set up right there, don't we, Lisa? Do we?
We sure do.
Okay, so
yes, it's right here. I'm going to turn
If you're cool with it, we're going to put the music video on for the world to see.
Oh, yeah. I love the music video. The music video is so much fun.
Are you having internet issues, Sam? Because you're kind of glitching there.
No, I'm good. I think.
Okay. It looks like you're glitching on our... Lisa, can you see him glitching?
A little bit. Just a tiny bit. But yeah.
Okay.
So here we go.
Hey, the pink bastard.
The pink bastard, yeah.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
That SNL reference. I love it. This was so well done.
I was laughing writing the script for this video. I was dying laughing.
I love that part right there.
So do I.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get a lady boner right now. Not gonna lie. What can I say?
Okay.
Can you imagine how ridiculous this was? How ridiculous this was filming this.
Hot damn, Sam. That is so good.
I wish I would have just filmed like the back behind the scenes. It would have been so good.
Oh. Sorry.
I love the colors, especially the pink.
Poor pink bastard.
Love that.
Damn it. You know what? Sniper is such a beast on that guitar, I tell you.
He's
Yeah.
insane. He is the musical director of this band, and he holds us very accountable on stage to bring really the best. You know, it's not like he's a jerk or a dick, but like if you mess up, he'll let you know, and you don't want that.
No, we love Sniper.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I got my double dollars too.
Woohoo!
$69 bill, redeemable anywhere. Take them at all major retail outlets. Don't worry.
I love it.
Jimmy.
And the Devils, yeah.
Sam, oh my God,
Woo!
so well done. I absolutely love it. And okay, I got to tell you this. You're going to love this. As we were watching that music video, I believe you got an order for Never Beg For It.
I did. Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. That is my mom.
Wow.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep. That's my mom. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
See?
So
Anything
sweet.
can happen here on Front Row Promotions. People buy
Just
the
never know.
album. That is awesome. Lisa,
Very
go
cool.
for it. It's
Yes?
all you.
Okay, I always ask this question. It's a major question I have to know. The name. Tell me about the name. How did it come about?
My name or the band?
The band.
Band. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
He's frozen. Ah!
Oh, no.
Sam is frozen. He'll be okay. He's coming. He'll be there. Everybody clap your hands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Sam. Whoa! Do some magic.
Anything can happen here on Front Row Promotions.
You never know. Like the other time when we had, I think it was Ryder on the show, I had the connection, my connection was messed up. And then everybody was out and he was the one running the show. He kept the show going. So I give him a lot of credit for that. So like you said,
and then your dear old sister jumped in.
yes. And I thank you for that.
I'm back.
Hey,
There
welcome
we go.
back.
We can actually hear you a lot clearer now, too.
Yes.
I lost the connection.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's all right. So the band's name, if you can tell me about the band's name.
Absolutely. The Midnight Devils became the Midnight Devils in, I believe, 2016 is when Sniper and I first started it. We were in a band, an 80s hair metal tribute band called 3D in Your Face from Omaha. And I'd been with that band for 10 years or so. And it got to a point where we'd kind of plateaued and we had kind of done all the stuff. And the singer for that band had kind of stopped booking so many shows. And I was like, man, I hate this. Like, I want to be on the road. I want to be playing shows every night of the week. This is what I want to do. And so I'm like, Sniper, let's start a 2-man acoustic group and we'll play on the weekends, right? And he's like, well, what do we call it? And we just had an album come out called just simply Midnight Devils. And I go, well, let's just take that and add the in front of it, like the Rolling Stones, the Clash, the Sex Pistols. And that's all we're going to do. And it's like old English font. I put the in front of the logo and it's like, there it is. It's done.
It's perfect.
But
Awesome.
the idea came to me. It's about that feeling you get on a maybe like, Friday night. It's a warm summer Friday night. The sun's just going down, and your friends are like on their way to pick you up for what is sure to be a night of insanity, good or bad. You're going to walk away from this night with the wildest stories, the craziest things, and it's that feeling that you got building up leading into that kind of action situation. You feel like you can take over the world. You're on top of everything. We're going to have a blast no matter what happens. This is going to be incredible.
Absolutely. Now, what's that feeling like when you're out there on stage? I love to ask this question because everybody has like a little bit different aspect to the question. Mm-hmm. But what is your feeling being up there on stage with all the fans out there and even singing along to your songs?
It is like nothing I've ever felt before. It is the most amazing feeling. And because the Midnight Devils tour so hard, we we get burnt out. And it's really difficult and tough on bands to travel in a van with 6 or 7 other dudes day in, day out. We've kind of perfected the art at it. We're getting really good at it, but you still get really tired and you go through the motions. But as soon as you walk up, you're like walking up those steps. It even starts with me, like when I start putting my makeup on, like I start getting this adrenaline rush, right? And it's like anything that I was worried about or that I felt prior to putting on my makeup, I don't feel anymore. Like I feel nothing but absolute adrenaline. I'm going, I'm like, and I always like it. Like if there's like an opening band or something, somebody out there that I gotta go, man, I gotta really bring the heat on this one. Those guys should have chose better than to want to play after us. I love that feeling. Like if bands like, we got to play after you guys. I'm like, that's totally fine, because you're not going to want to follow us. That's how I take it. Like we're going to go in, I'm going to leave everything I have on the stage. And it's like that time, however long amount of time it is, it feels like 5 seconds goes by. But I feel like I'm the king of the world. I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. Like I can jump the highest. I can run the fastest. And it's just like unstoppable, this unstoppable feeling that we have for 30 to 45 minutes and seeing the crowd reaction. And a lot of it is very, it's fun right now. It's extremely fun because we're going to all these places where people have never heard of us before. So like we're still in the position where we got to win people over by the second song. And so my goal is like, I got to hook this crowd in by the first song, get them on our side by the second song, and then by the third song, I'm going to knock it out of the park, and we're going to be lifelong friends from now until forever, right? That's always how I go into it. And then I'm like, I want to meet each and every person after this. I want to know your story. I want to know what's going on with you. I want to know why you love rock and roll, because this is why I do this. I was a weird kid from Nebraska that didn't have friends until I found Kiss. And then I'm like, now everybody's my friend. Like every person in the Kiss Army is now my best friend. Same with the Midnight Devils, I feel.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
So cool. So what does it go ahead?
Go ahead, Lisa. No, go ahead.
Oh no, that's okay. So for what do you guys do to prepare to get on that stage? What all do you do to how long does that take to prepare for getting on the stage?
Oh, there is no preparation. I mean, we know how much time we need. I know how much time I would like to have before we go on stage. But in the touring world, you drive for 8 hours and then you do a sound check and everybody's cranky and upset and the dressing rooms are too small, or maybe there's not a dressing room and like you have to get dressed in the field or something backstage. It's terrible. You're hot and sweaty and it varies every time. Usually it takes about an hour of us just sitting around cutting on each other in the dressing room, like telling fart jokes and having a blast. But sometimes like you're getting dressed in like we did Rockfest a few weeks ago, and I'd worked on the show. I'd worked on booking us on the show for 2 years prior. Emailed the guy day and night, just like, man, we want Rockfest. We finally got it. Cool, awesome. They're like, you guys are playing at noon on the first night of the festival. We're like, noon? That's terrible. It sucks so much. Like we're deflated, So we go in there. We're like, well, we're gonna do our thing no matter what. We're here, and we set up all our gear. And they're like, okay, you guys got 45 minutes or 30 minutes or something to get dressed, and there's no backstage. So we go into our van. It's 100 degrees. We're in our van. Oh my gosh, completely naked in the middle of a field in Wisconsin, putting on makeup. All the other bands are looking at us like we're insane. And we walk up the stairs and we walk out onto the stage, and there's 1,000 people out there ready to party. And I'm like,
wow.
this is awesome. So the next thing you know, the whole place is just bouncing. Everybody's going crazy. The smiles are just, we had one of the best shows of our lives because of that. I thought, and I think the audience really can feel, they can feel when an entertainer's feeling it. Like when they know we're in the groove and we're like blown away, we're having a blast. I think the audience goes above and beyond to feel that as well.
Yes. Oh yeah, the energy pumps up, and you come out there on the stage, and they're wanting to hear you, and you're out there, they're screaming at you, and you're giving them what they want, and it's amazing feeling.
So where I'm like, it takes me an hour to get dressed, like because I'm the princess, the rock and roll princess here. Jimmy Mess, on the other hand, takes 5 minutes because he doesn't change his clothes. Like he'll just wear the same clothes that he wore on stage. He'll go to the hotel, fall asleep in those clothes, wake up, get in the van in those clothes, and then by the time it's stage time, he's like, I'm already dressed.
There you go.
That's perfect.
He's
I
low
understand.
He's low
He just slaps another coat of paint over the top, and he's good to go.
And whammo. I love it.
Right.
I love it. Back to you, Candy.
All right. So before I ask my next round of questions, we actually have a couple of fan questions and comments that came in. So I'm going to start with my mom, Sue. Thanks again for purchasing the album. She says she's going to go into the website and buy some more stuff. So I'm telling her, okay, I want that bracelet, and I want that lighter, and I want this. All right. No. So she's going to go in and she's going to buy a few more things. But she wants to know, and this is a question that I've been asking you for I don't know how long, Sam. Are you guys coming to Toronto yet?
We don't know yet. We had plans on that Choir Boys tour to go to Toronto.
I know.
Now, so now the problem is Jimmy Mess able to get into the country of Canada? That's the only thing standing in our way. And
Gotcha.
It's been a long time since Canada closed his borders to Mr. Mess, So we think it might be possible. We just don't know. It just depends on what the regulations are like. He's the only one that can't get in. So.
Gotcha. Okay. And she wants to know if you are, and we know there's none on the website now, but she wants to know if you guys are coming out with women's tank tops.
Women's tank tops. Everybody's been asking, and I think the answer has to be absolutely yes.
Okay. So look out for those, Mom, because once they're out, I'm buying one too. Anyway, so we got another fan comment on the live video. Your boy, Mark Jacoby, he says, I feel sorry for anyone following the Midnight Devils. There's no way to surpass the bar they've set.
I love Mark. Mark is one of our merchandisers. He does an amazing job. He makes the tumblers, all of our like glass hardware, stuff like that. That's all Mark. Yeah. I just supply the design. He does all the hard work. But I told him that he always does this, and I love when he does this. But he'll post it, he'll say it like, we're touring with whoever, like if somebody's playing after us, he's like, well, looks like those guys are playing the after party. The Midnight Devils are the headliners on at 6:30. I'm like, I love when you say that, Mark. I love when you say that. It just jacks me up. I get the joke, and I still think it's awesome. And he posted it today on like one of our fan club pages, and this lady, like, she took it to heart, and she's like, well, they haven't paid their dues, and they're still coming up in the ranks. Like, she didn't get the joke. It's a joke, but like, I get it. But Mark always makes it, and I love when he does that.
Oh, that's awesome, Mark. And I can't agree with you more, Mark. No.
It's what do they call that when you like put it out in the universe? It's not like something. You put it out in the universe, and then it comes true,
It's I don't know, an omen maybe? I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know. All right, so let's get into some really serious questions here. So we know there's a couple of things coming up for you guys. Let's start with the Highway 69 vinyl. And you said there's a music video in the works.
Yeah, I haven't talked too much about this, so you guys are kind of getting a sneak peek exclusive here on Front Row Promotions. But they're and it's available on the website right now too. I've had it up on the website for a while, but we are doing Highway 69 was the first single to come out on Pavement off the record, and it did incredible. Like we're almost having like a hit single on our hands. Like it got a ton of streams, a ton of love, and we've been playing it forever, so it's no surprise. But more love than I've ever received on any record that we've ever been on. So it's like this really cool thing. but everybody's asking for vinyl, and I go, okay, well, we can do a vinyl, but I want to make it weird, I want to make it special and something that's really cool and collectible. So we talking to the vinyl guys, like, let's do it's a 2-song single on a 12-inch vinyl. So it'll have Highway 69 and Working for the Weekend, and then if you flip it over, it'll have our faces etched in the back of the vinyl. With new cover art. Yeah, with new cover art. So it's got different cover art and a different picture on the back of us playing at the Whiskey A Go-Go in Hollywood. So it's this really cool thing that's just like another piece to the puzzle. Is like, we've always wanted vinyl. It's always been a goal, and now we're able to do it. And it's limited to 300
copies.
That's all there is. That's all there's going to be. 300 copies of the Highway 69 vinyl. And
hey, Mom, early Christmas present, Mom.
I just can't wait. I'm so thrilled. I'm like counting down the days till the box ships to my house and I can open it and hold that piece of vinyl, because I think that's, as a musician and as a kid growing up listening to rock and roll, that's like the ultimate goal. That's the dream come true. You're just checking dreams off the checklist box.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you mentioned, I heard you say the Whiskey A Go-Go. I mean, 3 times in the last year you played there, and you're about to play again. Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, they should give us our own, like a booth or something. Maybe they should put the Midnight Devils plaque over the bathroom stall, like the urinal or something. Like, this is the Midnight Devils urinal. But it's cool, and the whiskey is great. We love everybody there. We love California. California's been great to us, and playing in LA at a historic venue like that is something like we don't take lightly. You walk in and you know that those walls have housed the greatest rock bands in the entire world, and you know that you're getting dressed in a dressing room where the greatest musicians have ever been. You know, it's just that you walk in, you can feel that power, and it's cool when you go back and people recognize you and they remember, oh man, the Midnight Devils are here. This is incredible. This is going to be a great show. We were just drinking out of the Midnight Devils shot glasses the other night. Now you guys are here. Like, stuff like that. And like, well, when we do the whole California thing, the whole LA thing, we'll play the whiskey, then go up to the Rainbow and hang out and eat pizza till they close, and then walk down the street. And the guys at the Rainbow even recognized us. You know, they were like remembered us. Like, oh, there's the rodeo clowns. They're back in town again. Perfect.
I love it. Yeah, no, that's a feat not easily accomplished. You know, 4 times now in a year.
4 times in a calendar year. Yep.
That's awesome. Now, the next thing I wanted to bring up is something that you guys got coming up in like a week, roughly, maybe even less than a week. I don't know. Rocklahoma. I mean, you've got guys on the bill like Five Finger Death Punch, Megadeth, Motionless in White. Wow, there's so many of them. And then you guys. I mean, what an honor that is to be a part of Rocklahoma. How did that come about?
Rocklahoma was, when we were in our other band, it was a goal of mine, because I would see it happen and I'd see all my friends there and I go, why are we not playing Rocklahoma? Who do I need to find to talk to play Rocklahoma? Well, I found the guy, and the same thing, like I barraged him with emails for a year, and he finally goes, okay, you guys can have Rocklahoma. And we showed up, and Rocklahoma was built specifically as an 80s hair metal glam rock festival. That's what the intention was in the beginning of the festival. And so it has strayed quite a bit since then, to where now it's like Live Nation has taken over. It's a very modern metal festival. It's kind of the same thing, but those still like core values are there. This is a field in Oklahoma. 50,000 people are going to be there. They're all going to be camping. They're all going to be crazy drunk. Everybody's going to be partying their asses off. And for us to be involved in it as like alumni, you know, like we'll show up there and people will be like, finally, the Midnight Devils are back. How long has it been? 3 years? You know, we kind of took a break from Rocklahoma. COVID happened. But it's where we met Jimmy Mess. Jimmy Mess walked on our tour bus for the first time in that field in Rocklahoma. And I was like, became best friends. Yeah. So it's such a cool thing to go back. And now we're elevated from that opening spot to now we're opening for Lit on the last night of the festival. Like Lit was such a big band when we were kids. It's so cool. Think about it, just to comprehend, you know, knowing going into this big thing. It's gonna be great. And we're once again, besides Enough's Enough, who's playing Thursday night, we're the only glam band on the bill.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
And you know,
yes.
the new wave 80s glam rock, it's making a comeback, and you guys are certainly a part of that. So that's my cup of tea. You guys are.
I just talked to somebody today and from England who said it too. She's like, you're the new wave of 80s hair metal. I go, well, not really. It's close, but we're something different. We're a glam band. We
hold on. You're not something different. Where's the album?
Something bigger.
Something bigger. Yes.
I love
something
it. Candy,
bigger.
brilliant.
I love
But
it.
you're totally right. It's about those. What happens when Def Leppard and Motley Crue? I love those bands, but what happens when they decide to quit? What's going to happen with this style of music? There's got to be another wave of us coming down the pike, and there certainly is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys. Yes. Thank you for being a part of that. Thank you for keeping 80s glam rock alive, because it's a dying breed, and you guys are totally awesome. I agree with Mark. A tough act to follow, I tell you. Now, do you have time for some fun questions?
Yeah.
Lisa.
Okay, we'll start off on my time machine. If you were in a hot tub time machine, and you can set the dial to go anywhere you want to go, where are you going?
I think I would go, if I'm in a hot tub, I think I would go back to like King Arthur time. I want to see King Arthur in a hot tub with me. But I think I want to take Jimmy. Okay. I think I'd want to take Jimmy and Sniper with too, because I think it'd be much funnier if maybe it was like all the Knights in the Round Table and then the Midnight Devils, but we're all in like a hot tub together. Maybe with like our swords were leaning up against the hot tub. That sounds really gay, but like our swords are leaning up. And then we'll solve all the world's problems. Perfect.
There you go. There you go.
That's a good one. I like that.
With our swords combined, man, it just keeps getting worse.
Hey, no holds barred, Sam. Anything goes. You can say whatever you want in our front row promotions. Say whatever you want. It's all good. Lisa, you got some more fun ones, don't you?
I do.
Ask my favorite question.
You that's your question. You have to ask that question.
No.
Yeah.
My favorite one that you ask.
Which one is that?
The bucket list.
Oh, I thought the one I just asked was your favorite one. Oh, no. It was my favorite one. Okay. What's on your bucket list? What's the craziest thing that you want to do?
We're talking crazy bucket list.
Crazy bucket list.
I mean, I think it's all of these goals, and people think, in my mind, we have small goals and we have big goals. The small attainable goals, we'll go, okay, we got to put a record out. Okay, we got to do this tour. And then the goals keep getting better. Like, okay, well, now we're touring with Pretty Boy Floyd. Okay, now we're touring with Enough's Enough. Like, so the goals are like becoming reality, right? And so as a kid growing up in Nebraska, which is a landlocked, it's a middle of the country. It's very easy and right. I wouldn't say right wing, but it's very conservative. A very conservative state. Not a lot of people leave here. They grow up here, and so my goal was to get us to join a band and travel the world. That's what I wanted to do. And I see that now we're talking, I just talked to Chip today about the tour that's going to go to Europe, and it's going to start in Italy and go to the UK, and we're going to go to all these places. So my bucket list was like, well, I want to see I want to see the world. I want to see all these cool cathedrals and these ruins. I want to see where all this history started. And now it's kind of like within my grasp. I can almost see it. Like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, okay, if we keep working, we keep pushing ourselves. I know that the suffering now is tough, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So like my goal was to travel, to get out of the country, but to do it on my own terms in a band. And I think with that, might become a reality. I mean, it's on the books that we're going to Europe. So unless, something happens, we're going. Mm-hmm. And that's like a huge goal, a huge bucket list of mine. So the next one would be, okay, if we can make it to Europe, I want the Midnight Devils to go to Japan. That's my next goal, the next bucket list. As a musician, it's like, I want to explore. I want to go out and travel. I want to talk to people, and I want to talk to people that love rock and roll like I love rock and roll.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Before we get to the next question, we have another fan comment. Your boy Mark showing a lot of love tonight.
Love Mark. That's because he sent me a package. I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, he sent you a package, eh?
Glitter bomb.
Nice. Okay, so he says, one of the things I love about the Midnight Devils is they're about having a great time. The music isn't trying to push an agenda or sway anyone to act a certain way. It's all inclusive for everyone to have fun. How cool is that?
I completely agree, and I'm glad that Mark gets it, because I was thinking about that before the interview started. Like, what is this band about? This band is about freedom. It's about being free and being able to choose and kind of create your own destiny and follow your dreams. Like, my dream was to be in a band, and to do it on my own terms, though. And I know Snipers is to play guitar in every city on the map. Like, every city on the globe, I think he just wants to play the guitar, and if he can do that, he's going to be happy. And like, you see those things, and I go, the Midnight Devils have created such a cool and positive way of thinking. Like, sexually, like, we don't care, race, we don't care, politics, we don't care. It's all free, and it's all about being yourself and being that individual and getting what you want out of it.
And that's kind of like what we were talking about off the air, the story I told you about, my personal connection with Ghost, and now with you guys. Like you said, it's about freedom. It's about having a good time. It's about, just personal things that I deal with that, you can sit there and you can put on your records and you can just be like, okay, yeah, all is good in my world right now. Everything's cool. Everything's great. So again, I say thanks before I'll say it again on the air. But
yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And it really, like, the farther we get into this band, the more I realize, like, we have this power to kind of manifest our destiny, if you will. That was the word I was looking for earlier, manifest. But we have this power, and we're not stuck in our terrible situation. We're not stuck in these being negative or being depressed, because we can go out and we can work our asses off and go get it. And that's the beauty of the Midnight Devils. And I think it's like a very cool underdog story where we're just three guys that wear too much makeup and play too loud. And now we get the opportunity to travel and meet people. And it's so cool and so rewarding that's what makes all those miles and all the suffering worth it.
But not only that, I mean, you guys are also success driven and very ambitious and
yes.
Willing to put the work in. I mean, look, it's a story that I've been talking about for the last year. The climate of the world, and here's the Midnight Devils that never quit. You guys never quit. You kept on going. You kept on, plugging away. You were working on the album, and as soon as things opened up, you were back out there on stage and touring and seeing everybody. I mean, that's amazing. That's really
and don't get it wrong. Like, we question it a lot. You think, like, is this worth it? Why am I going through all this? Like, we've given up everything, sacrificed everything. I don't know that I necessarily look at it as a sacrifice, but I know where exactly what you said. Like, I'm so driven and success driven that you don't want this to fail, but it means so much to me that you saw that, because that's how we felt. We felt like, man, the rug got pulled out from under us, and we weren't done. We hadn't even started yet.
I mean, you're setting the example for bands out there. Bands are all talk, like, but they don't want to walk the walk. Like, oh, I want to be this successful, and I want to go here, and I want to go there. And it's like, well, they don't want to put the work in. Well, they should use you guys as that example of how they should be, and how never to give up and constantly be out there and put the work in. So
yeah, because the odds are stacked against us already. It's just terrible. Sure. Everybody's like, rock's dead, nobody's gonna make it. And you go, well, no, I think I found a way, not to necessarily make it but to get to a level, and that there's no easy way about it. You get in a van and you get on the road and you sell a record in every city, and that's what you do. And you come back and you come back and you come back. That's the key. But that's what bands have been doing before us, so we just learn from them.
Hi,
Take the short.
Chloe!
Say hi, everybody.
Cute.
She dropped her bone. Say hi, Sam.
All right, so I know we're kind of running out of time, so we'll get a few more minutes here, and then we'll cut you loose.
Okay.
Stay online after we go off the air. I just want to talk to you about a couple more things, and then we'll set you free. You'll be free. Lisa, go for it. Go for
What'd you say? I'm sorry. I was
all you.
Okay.
All you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me see. I have a question. I did have a question. Who would you want to tour with if you had your choice of band to choose to tour with? Who would that be? Any band of your, whoever you want.
Well, I think the easy
I'm
answer to
trying to
that
keep
is
her calm.
Kiss. The easy answer is Kiss. And I think we have so much, not necessarily in common with Kiss. Kiss influenced Sniper and I greatly. And we took a lot of the, not only their musical influence, but their business influence. And I
Yes.
think the Kiss Army, the Kiss fans respect that about their band. And I think that we have a lot of fans that do the exact same for us. And I think it's like, it'd be such a good mash of just wild maniacs, just rock and roll maniacs. And it's like the new and the young, or the new and the old, excuse me.
Okay, now since you
Yes,
brought
there you
Kiss
go.
up, since you brought Kiss up, we got to talk about this real quick. We talked about it off the air. You joined us on Front Row Promotions a few weeks ago. It was like a last minute thing. You got a chance to talk to the man, the myth, the legend himself. Oh my gosh, how cool was that? Bill Starkey.
Yeah. The founder of the Kiss Army. It was one of the coolest moments. And like, I don't take that for granted at all. I was so grateful. I'm just like, because of the Midnight Devils, we were able to talk to the guy that started the Kiss Army. That wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened if the Midnight Devils weren't around. It's so cool that like the Kiss Army was such a big thing for me when I was a kid. It still is. But like you're connecting the dots, and it's just so cool. It was just, I was completely blown away, starstruck. I didn't really know what to say. I hope I didn't come off like an idiot.
No, you were great. And then, like I told you off the air, I think I had more fun watching you talk to him than anything else that went on that night. That was so cool. I'm so glad.
I just laid it all in his lap. Yeah. Changed my life, dude. Thank you so much, dude.
No, that was great. It's something that means so much to you as a teenager growing up, and I'm glad we got to do that for you. Really glad.
My plate. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's see. We have a few more minutes left. Lisa, anything further from you?
We have who was your first concert as a teenager? Who did you see?
My first concert was, I want to say it was Kiss. It was the Kiss, Ted Nugent and Skid Row. Do you remember that tour, Candy?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was in Omaha. My parents took me and my little brother and like my buddy at the time, but we were still 15, 16, and my parents let us go down on the floor, and it was still when you could go to, there was still no, it was general admission, so we were on the floor, and I distinctly remember like smelling pot for the first time. Like the whole place smelled like pot, and everybody's passion.
Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah.
And like girls up on shoulders, we're just like, what is this? And I remember my mom going after the show. She's like, well, I really like Kiss. Kiss was great, but that, Uncle Ted, he swore too much on stage. I didn't really like that. And he had like a giant bonfire on the middle of the stage that shot like the huge flame up in the air. I thought it was great.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. That was okay. It's funny because my very first concert was the Backstreet Boys. I was 9 years old, 9 or 10, I can't remember. And then I went from the Backstreet Boys straight to Kiss. Like there was nothing in between. So Backstreet Boys straight to that farewell tour concert.
Yeah.
When Uncle Ted opened up, I was, Mom, chime in here because I can't remember. I was 10 years old. I can't remember. But yeah, I definitely remember that. And you and I connected over that. The fact that, we saw Kiss on the farewell tour, but Psycho Circus was also a huge album for you.
Huge album. Yeah, I just listened to it last night. I put it on last night.
I saw that concert, Psycho Circus, yeah.
The songs
Everybody
took me
saw
back.
That damn concert except for me. That's not fair.
It took me back to like my parents' basement, listening to that record, going, "This is the most satanic band I've ever seen. It's so evil. It's my parents are gonna be upset if they know I'm listening to this." It was cool. I realized later that it was like everybody hates that record, but
well, it's a big record for me. That old saying that you'd always remember your first kiss.
You,
that's how
you
it was.
do.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yes.
Mom says
we have a Facebook comment. I don't see who's commenting, but I'll read it.
Hang on.
If you can see it, Candy.
Okay. Yeah, I can have a look. Hang on.
Okay. It says one of the.
Oh, is that one of the things I love? Is that what you're reading?
Yes, that's the
our
one.
boy Mark Jacoby. Yeah, we read that one.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm sorry. I was getting the dog at the time. Okay.
Mark, I'm
I want
about
to
to
know.
go down to the post office and go down to my mailbox and get that box right now. I just ran out of
There you
time
go.
Nice. All right, so we
I
are
like
running out of time. We are kind of running out of time. We don't want to keep you too much longer because I know you got stuff to do.
one question.
Go ahead, Lisa.
How do you do your hair? I have to know. I love how you do the side bangs like this and the rest goes up. Do you use Aquanet?
No, we have better stuff now. We
I
have
had to
better
know. I
stuff
had
now.
to know.
I tried Aquanet,
Faucet
but
spray.
it smelled terrible. Oh, it just
It
smelled so
does. It
bad. It
doesn't
smelled like
smell good. Yeah.
grandma's hairspray. So now we use Got to Be glue, which is
yeah.
like
Got
a
to be
hair
glued.
gel. Yeah, so basically the ones just come down. It's like a steal from the Misfits. Is I make a devil lock, but I'll make like 4 or 5 of them, and then I just push everything up to the top about as high as it can go.
I
Why
love it.
don't you,
So
why
got
don't you
to
give
be
your
glued.
girls, give your girls from a salon a shout out because you keep your hair looking fresh and beautiful.
Gloss,
every
yeah,
day.
Gloss Hair Salon in Omaha. She's the one that her name's Morgan. She's the one that does my hair, dyes it, colors it every 6 weeks or so. And like, man, we come home from the tours and I'll take a shower and I'll wash my hair 2 or 3 times and it's just black water in the bottom of the shower, like the hairspray, the sweat, the gnarliness. And I'll go into the salon and she's like, "Wow, you really did a number on it this time." They go, "I know, I'm sorry." And she'll bring it back and make it look perfect again. I'm just like, this has got to be some wizardry here, some voodoo.
Right?
How does she do it?
Yeah,
I
that's
love
awesome.
it. Yeah.
Anything further from you, Lisa?
Nope, I think that's just what would you give advice to someone who's just first starting out in the business? What would you tell them? What would be your advice?
My advice is very simple, is that nobody's going to give you anything for free. If there's something you want, if there's somewhere you want to go, you got to do it yourself. You got to look in that mirror and be like, nobody's going to control my destiny except for me. So if you want what you want to play on that stage, you want to sell this many records, you got to go out there and do it yourself because nobody's going to give it to you.
That's right.
That's very good.
So exactly. So where can we find you? Where can people find you?
It's very easy. The Midnight Devils are everywhere. They call it Midnight Devils Mania right now, which I think is like the coolest
That's
thing
awesome.
ever. Once the album came out, somebody hit me with that in an interview. I'm like, that is great. Like the Beatle Mania is fantastic. But themidnightdevils.com, we're on every Spotify, every digital platform that there is, so you can download our record anywhere. I suggest if you like it on Spotify, go to our website and pick up the album. Get the signed, sealed, delivered copy because you're missing out on a lot of the cool action. Right? Exactly.
Exactly. There you go.
Or if you only have a digital copy, it's good, but I'm telling you, go to the themidnightdevils.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're very active on our social media pages. Try and do it every day. But other than that, we will be on tour in the south of the United States. We're doing Texas, Oklahoma City, Alabama, Florida, and Atlanta and South Carolina, all in October.
Very
you got to
nice.
come up
The
to
Glam
East
Slam
Side.
Metal Jam.
Come to Baltimore. I'll come up to Maryland and PA this way.
Yeah, we were just up there.
Yes, you got to. And then I can bring a candy down from Canada and we can come to the show.
Yeah.
I need a
would
Midnight
love her.
Devil-sized hug. That's what I need. I need a
We'd
Midnight
love metal,
Devil-sized
and
hug.
Pittsburgh is incredible.
Awesome.
All right. So one thing that I always like to ask, as we close out shows, do you have any shout outs you want to give or anybody you want to say hi to or anything final from yourself?
I really thank you guys so much for taking the time to do this. Like it means the world to me. I love talking to you guys, and that the fact that you guys get it really means a lot. So
Yes.
And especially to everybody that's listening at home, Mark that's listening, all our people that help with our merchandise,
and my mom who bought the album while we were
thank you,
live.
Sue.
Yay! Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, like Chips Enough, Steve Summers from Pretty Boy Floyd, Chuck at Artists Worldwide, and Tim and Mark at Pavement Entertainment. Our boys, and thank you to Sniper and Jimmy, Sniper and Jimmy, Sniper and Jimmy.
I was just gonna say, Sniper, we love you, and Jimmy, dude, you're a riot. I freaking love you.
I gotta be in a van with them Jimmy's gonna be sleeping on my couch back here for the next week, so.
Oh shoot! Too bad you didn't
Yeah.
arrive today. That would have been awesome for him to join us. But anyway, Sam, my dear, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you've been busy lately, and I know you got a lot. Congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
And we're just happy you could take some time and hang out with us and chill with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Now, listen, here's a thought before we go off the air, Lisa and Sam. Stay online. Okay? Stay on.
Yeah.
We're coming out with a new show in the next, I would say, month and a half, 2 months called Mistress Business. Would you like to join us?
Of course. I'm there anytime you guys want.
We get down and dirty on
Anytime
Mistress
you guys
Business.
Want.
So there you go.
Anything.
All right.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. That's right.
We have our whips. You know it. Yep. We're just doing this show for fun. Get your minds off of the world.
Shackle me to the radiator and I'll say yes.
Oh,
Woo!
oh, hot damn.
Hot damn.
Jesus, Sam, no area tingling. What the fuck are you doing?
Shackle me to the radiator.
No area, man. Oh my God, you don't know what you're doing to me. Anyway, one more final comment before we go off the air, Lisa. My mother just texted me and she told me to tell you, Sam, says it was nice talking to you on the phone about 2 months ago or however long it was when I was doing that interview with you, but she wanted to say hey, and she loves your stuff. She loves your music. She loves everything.
Oh,
thank you so much, Sue.
I love her too. Very sweet. Thank you very much. I love you.
All right, Lisa.
Yes.
It's time for the outro, and Sam, stay online.
Okay. Thank you all for coming to Front Row Promotions. Thank you, Sam, for being our guest tonight. And absolutely give some hugs and loves out. And thank you for asking questions on the Front Row Promotion show. We love you. But we have to go now. So Lisa and Candy and Sam are leaving. Bye now. Mwah.
Good night.
I got to get to this thing won't close off. Hold on. I found it.
You got it.
And now, bye now. Mwah.